Potential thunderstorms in the higher elevations may be pushing into the Grand Valley in the overnight hours, but for today, we are looking beautiful. 81 degrees in Grand Junction with beautiful temperatures on the way. Stay with me, I got more. Happy Tuesday, Western Slope. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about the weather. We're seeing a beautiful day outside on America's Mattress Live tower cam for Grand Junction. A little bit of convection over the Grand Mesa, but nothing really to worry about just yet. But that may change later tonight and into the overnight temperatures. So let's talk about temperatures. The temperature trend over the next couple days kind of sticking pretty high in the upper 80s, but as the weekend begins, dipping down into the lower 80s, and then as the weekend rolls on in, a little bit raising here over the next 5 days. But what you can expect is we've got some overnight showers that are possible, especially in those upper elevation areas, with a chance for those to kind of push on into the Grand Valley into the late night hours. But we're seeing some drier conditions. And of course, as autumn rolls around, the temperatures continue to dip in the Grand Valley. Now, as far as our normal precipitation levels here, we're sitting a little bit higher than normal in Grand Junction, Salt Lake City, even over in the St. George area, with about 300% extra rain than we're used to during this time of year. But like I mentioned, some possible showers ahead. We're sitting in what's called a high pressure system. So the dry, warm air from the southwest part of the country is coming up and kind of pushing into the Grand Valley, but that could create some possible moisture in those upper elevation areas, which could in turn kind of push into the Grand Valley. So seems to be some dry conditions right now, but about a 20% chance for precipitation in the overnight hours here. Looking ahead in our future cast here, we're seeing a little bit of moisture in the Glade Park area, but a lot of it is happening over in the southern part near Telluride. And as we go into the later part of the evening today, that's kind of pushing up into Montrose, Crested Butte, Grand Junction kind of drying up, but in the overnight hours of Wednesday, you're seeing that this moisture is kind of returning back to Telluride, Montrose, Glade Park, and then kind of as Thursday rolls in, all of that weather is starting to push on over the Continental Divide onto the Front Range today. We're in a marginal flash flood outlook today. You can see that kind of is representing the same pattern that high pressure system was in. Nothing really to worry about, but definitely something to look out for if those storms push in later today. Temperatures looking beautiful right now in the Grand Valley, 81 in Grand Junction, 75 in Montrose. Moab even getting a little bit cooler than we're used to. And then as we go into the eastern side of the valley, take a look at this, 68 in Gunnison, some of the lowest temperatures we've seen so far. Beautiful, beautiful temperatures in the Grand Valley. Now, America's Mattress Live tower cam, as we saw here, some cloud coverage over the Grand Mesa. Now, when we talk about the precipitation, this is what we're mainly worried about here. So right now, over the higher elevations, probably going to see some showers, and as long as the wind gusts don't pick up too bad, we'll see things do just fine over in the Grand Valley. But the high temperatures for today, we're getting up to 88 in Grand Junction. Moab still hanging on to those 90s there. Montrose sitting at 82, which is pretty average for what we're seeing, maybe a little bit higher than normal, but definitely nothing compared to what we saw in 1974. But our Discovery Auto 7-day forecast, we've got 80s in Grand Junction, going a little bit lower into the weekend here. Montrose slightly cooler, partly cloudy, but definitely looking beautiful for the weekend ahead.